welcome back to the Raw Light Podcast. My name is Danielle Baker and thank you for being here today. We are back, baby. We are back. It has been a good couple of weeks and I have needed the break, coming back on the third week. And honestly, I really have needed this break. I feel so different to before starting the podcast. And taking the break, having my 30th, doing my Reiki Master's degree, coming back, and I was like deathly sick. I've never been like that before. I had like a mega upgrade of my body and I feel really good. Right this second I don't, because I was grinding on my teeth, so my jaw's a bit sore, so I've got a bit of a headache, but for the bulk of the time I have been feeling fantastic and I really feel I pulled back some layers of consciousness that we'll probably go into at some point. But I also realized with my podcast I want to be a little bit more grounded in my approach to spirituality so that it doesn't feel stuck or heavy for people when they are listening to my podcast. So we're going to talk a little bit about Reiki today. We're going to talk a little bit about everything, a bit about my holiday, a bit about how I went, how I'm feeling, how I'm going, because I really do feel like a different person. And it's crazy to think that a couple of weeks away and a few energy attunements and me hitting 30 really has changed my life. Sorry, excuse me for that moment. So let's start off with my holiday and how it went, and let's go from there. So our honeymoon was postponed until when we went away. And we went to Tassie. It was absolutely beautiful. We stayed in the most beautiful Airbnb. It was actually stunning. Absolutely loved the hosts. Caught up with some family. It was absolutely beautiful. And we just got to experience Tassie again for the second time with different eyes. And we really loved it. And we think it's a very livable place. And I do feel like it is very much a place that has so much creativity, and it's really easy to get really confused there as well because of the wind off the water and those types of things. It's actually so easy to get super confused with those things, but it's all in all such a stunning and beautiful place. So we were there for about 4 or 5 days, and then then Josh and Oakley flew back to Perth, and then I flew on to Adelaide to do my Reiki Master's degree, which it has been a 4-year process for me to be able to actually, be able to get where I am right now. Honestly, it has taken me a good 4 years to get where I am with my Master's, with my energy, and it was the perfect time for me to be doing it. It felt like I was ready. My body was waiting for something. My energy was just waiting. I don't know if anyone has ever felt this, but it's just like a waiting game. Like I'm waiting to be ready to initiate it so I can go and teach. I feel that so deeply in my body. I've done healing work on and off for the last 5 years is what I would say. 5 to 6 years. And I want to hone in on my journey with that a little bit. My journey with, here's the thing, I'm actually creating a Reiki workshop as we're speaking, and my master Jace has to sign off on it. But Reiki attunements is the most powerful attunements that you could actually go through when it comes to Reiki. Getting the symbols are very lineage. It's very lineage. It's very old. It's very from decades and decades and decades ago. It holds so much energy. It holds so much power. It holds so much. The vibration, as soon as you're attuned, it does open you up to the Reiki energy, the universe, your connection. It can help with so much depression, anxiety. People have used Reiki if they've had like rashes on their bodies and they're trying to get rid of eczema. Because your body is a channel, it is basically a channel, a frequency. If you tune it to the Reiki frequency, people can go through like little purges for them to like be able to hold that light frequency through their body, if that makes sense. And I have been lucky enough, I've talked about this before, but I am very lucky to have a mentor that I've worked with energy since I was 15. So I've been working with energy since I was 15. So for me, energy like this doesn't affect me anymore. As in, when I got attuned for the first time, I was obviously been working with my mentor still, but it just it felt more like, wow, it was really actually opening me up to more. And I did feel like it was like purging a lot, and there was a lot coming out for me that first time. And that's why they say when you do Reiki 1, and this is what I would suggest my students as well to do, is to spend the time with yourself for at least 6 to 12 months healing whatever you need to heal within yourself. Practice on your partner, practice on family members, and practice on yourself, but mostly go to yourself and reconnect every time, because it's really important to have that spiritual health with you, and it's really important to basically take the time to get to know your own energy first, and like getting used to your guides, getting used to your spirit guides, getting used of your family members that have passed that are there to help you with when you're calling in energy. It is a really big process, and it is a really beautiful initiation, and I don't think people understand how actually important the energy initiation is into this world. Energy to me is so sacred, so why wouldn't I, while I'm working with my students, teach them how sacred energy can really be? I'm doing a course that is tailored to women because I just work with women, and it is a really fucking good course. It literally breaks down so much of the feminine, the woman, the reason why she is so powerful when she is activated and initiated, what she can sense and feel after she is activated and initiated, how it can help as a mum going through postnatal depression, anxiety, frustration. And let's be fucking clear and really honest, when you're a mum, I can tell you now, you will have times where you will have old past beliefs from your family come through. They will 100% come through, and they will come up very, 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 very strongly. And it is really important for you to recognize how you can transcend that anger. If you don't know what transcend means, it's basically how you can move yourself. I'm just trying to think of the correct way to say this. Transcending is moving the heavy energy and creating it to be a light energy. That is the best way that I can describe it. So you're transcending it. You're removing it, you're clearing it, and you're going to have things that your mum did to you that come up in your past, and you're like, whoa, why did I just do that? Where did that anger come from? Where did that frustration come from? Whoa, I need to, sort this out. I can tell you now firsthand from myself that I've had to use my meditations. I'm actually doing a new meditation. It's twice a day. It's absolutely beautiful. My master, Jason, taught it to us at our retreat, and it's actually a long lineage of Indian meditation, and people to get qualified have to actually go to India for 3 months and sit there and do this every single day for 3 months to be initiated in basically what is a meditation of basically you are one with yourself. You feel switched on in your body, and you feel super grounded, and there is nothing else around. Like it's just, you just feel yourself and who you are, and you have so much strength. To me, it's basically you're connecting back to your soul, and your soul is just completely with you on earth. And that can take time to help form. For myself, I've really found it really, 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 really helpful, and I'm really grateful for it. So that is a part of, we'll go back to what I was saying before as well, that is Reiki 1. Okay, it is about getting to know yourself, getting to know your body, getting to know who you are, and also who your guides are, who you're connecting with, who you're speaking with. And we're talking about the highest vibrations here. We're not talking about the vibrations that sometimes sit in our aura field of old makeup. And we have to, by working on Reiki energy, we can use Reiki in our field and push away old beliefs and create new beliefs. That's what you do when you're connecting with Reiki as well, because it's going through your body. You're channeling it through your body. Of course, it's going to emanate out into your aura, and people are going to be able to feel your aura around you. Now, if you don't know what your aura is your energetic field around you, and it's quite big. It actually is quite big. If you Google it, it'll actually come up, and it's actually quite big around you. So when you're doing Reiki energy, or when you're working on somebody, you are being the channel to be able to feel the light coming through your body. And it's such a beautiful process. I am going to be adding light language into my work, because that is what I've always done. And light language is basically a frequency that you tap into and tune into and picking up on in certain parts of the universe is all I will say. I think that's probably the easiest way I can say for people to understand in the most grounded way that I can explain that. So light language is such a beautiful frequency. It's something that I'm going to be working with more and more as we go along with my Reiki attunements as well. That will be like included in it and stuff like that, which is amazing. Then you got Reiki 2, which I would recommend 6 months after you have been doing Reiki 1 for you to come back. And if you feel like and called to be a teacher of Reiki, and you're feeling that you want to heal people, and you feel like that is your journey and your path, then that is what I'm here for. I'm helping you to initiate into part 2. And we go a little bit more into depth of protecting the energy, how you can protect yourself, why it's so important, and just those types of things. So we're also probably, I haven't done the format for that just yet, but I will say that Reiki 2 will be, for me, probably a level up from Reiki 1. It'll be very high vibrational. It'll be about really knowing yourself. I want to see people really knowing themselves. And I really mean like really knowing yourself. And I want to know if you have a healthy lifestyle as well. Reiki 2 will be talking about why it's so important to have a healthy lifestyle. I'm talking about like if you're going to be giving another person Reiki energy and you're going to be a channel for it, you need to make sure that your vessel is open enough, clean enough, and clear enough to be doing that. And I personally think that if you are drinking and smoking and partying all the time and you're wanting to heal people, you might just need to recognize if that is a healthy. I'm not saying you don't have to have a glass of wine or whatever, but just make sure that you're not having a glass of wine then giving someone a healing the next day. You want to make sure that if you are going to have a glass of wine or something like that, it needs to be a couple of days before or after, or let me put it this way. Junk food, drugs, wine, like alcohol in general. There is another one that I was going to say. Lollies, all those types of things. They are a low vibrational food here on earth. Okay? They just are. Think about how you eat it when you eat junk food and those types of things. And if you eat it for a couple of days in a row, how you felt before. Because when I was in high school, it was how I dealt with my emotional needs. I would eat sugar. Sugar was my thing. If I was upset, if I was emotional, I noticed this probably like 5 or 6 years ago, that I recognized that once I started to kind of work with the energy more, it was showing me things like, okay, your emotions are getting tied into the sugar, so I need a sugar hit. And now I know if I'm going through a bit of an emotional turmoil, I will go, shit, I feel like I'm craving sugar, but it's just an emotional turmoil. What can I do on a physical level to help me not go down the sugar route? So it is a low vibrational. And okay, let me be honest, who doesn't dabble on the odd lolly or the odd chocolate? I'm not saying cut it all out of your diet. I'm just saying you just need to be mindful of what you do put into your body. And I can share a bit about like what we eat at home, and we eat like, I think, fairly healthy and fairly balanced from everything. I've had partners that have been like keto. I have partners that have been like vegetarian. Honestly, I have dated lots of people and experienced lots of foods myself, and I can tell you now that my intuition basically goes straight to Ayurvedic is an absolutely credible way to look after your body, and it's something that I'm looking at possibly studying as I go down the track. Food is medicine, and it's very healing and powerful, but you have to be very aware of what nourishment you're putting into your body. So yeah, Reiki 2 kind of goes into all of that. You get symbols to be able to use on people, and it is absolutely incredible. A lot of people don't realize that energy is everywhere and that you can do healings online, you can do them in person. People love coming and experience it in person, but also online is really beautiful as well. Some people, they want to be in their own home, and they don't want to be out of their comfort zone, so that's a really beautiful way. Reiki 2 will expand you to be able to hold more energy for people for you to channel the Reiki energy through your body to be able to give that to somebody. We talk about the placement of the hands and why they're so important. And I've done a bit of research on the hands a little bit more, and I've now figured out the best way to go about it. I get guided personally with myself when I do energy work. To be honest, I was doing a bit of energy work before I was even doing Reiki. I would do a bit of energy work on people and healing, and I decided that the best way to go about it was to get my master's so that I had a certificate, so that when people asked, that I had something behind me. You got to get smart in the world, people. Let me be very, very clear. From working with energy, it has opened my brain, opened my mind so much more that I am able to navigate how to go about certain things in my life, and smart ways about how to go about things instead of causing more friction than needed. You know, it expands your mind. Energy is absolute beautiful process to be opening up your mind, and it helps you uplift to know yourself really well. And somebody who knows that they are not really here from Earth, it would be incredible for you to do it, because it'll open up your mind and your body to expand and take on new parts of yourself you didn't know, and be very directly connected to your soul and your spirit, and for you to feel that. It's absolutely incredible. And also, I'm not saying that if you feel like, I'm just saying for somebody who feels like they are not from this planet, and they know they're very, very different, and they are looking for something that they feel they're supposed to be here to help people and they haven't quite found it, this is something for you, is all I was trying to say as well. And then it is fantastic for somebody in their everyday life who is working at the gym, working at the real estate agent, wherever it is, for you to be able to connect to yourself and have your energy and things running through you is going to reopen you and reconnect you basically to your true authentic self. So day to day, when you've got people coming at you and you might have something happen with a coworker or your boss, you can handle it better and you can see all points of view instead of possibly just feeling like you are trapped and you are suffocated and you can't speak up and use your voice and those types of things. So that's what I'll leave there for Reiki 2. And then your masters is something, it's really fucking incredible. I'm going to do some really beautiful things for masters, I think. I want you as a master to feel why you're a master, but I don't recommend becoming a master. I mean, it took me, I wanted to do it earlier, but it just didn't line up. So it's taken me four years to basically get back to Adelaide. And I had been there, 4 years prior. So 4 years it took me to get back for my master's, and some people might want to do it quicker, and that's fine, but I'd like to see people be able to hold clients really, really well. And the process of masters is to be able to teach. If you feel like you're here to be a teacher, this is what is fantastic for you, because I do feel you can use the basis of Reiki, you can use the lineage and the history, but you can also create your own style on it as well. That's really important. You need to find yourself within the Reiki lineage, is what I personally feel, and find what your spins and things are on things. Like, I have other gifts like light language and different things that I would like to use within it. So, there's those things as well. So that's a bit of a wrap up on a little bit of a breakdown on Reiki and those types of things, which is absolutely incredible. Now, I do have another little surprise for you guys. It's taken us 12 months of the tumultuous, I will say, ups and downs of Josh and myself to decide where we're going to be for our future, and we have officially decided, and it's changed from what we thought. I'm not going to share with you just yet, so I'm just going to leave you hanging for a little bit. When we have fully grounded in it and we have fully immersed ourselves in it, then I will tell you. But it is pretty fucking good, and I'm pretty excited about it, but it's not what we originally thought, because I don't know if I said on here, I think in one of the episodes I said what we were going to be doing, but it's changed again. And you know what's really funny is I always laugh because Josh and I are different. Obviously, I'm a manifestor generator and he is a manifestor. I move very quickly with my decisions. So, for example, I decided very, very, very quickly, like this came to me the other day, and I told my husband, and then we had a massive chat and sat down about it, and it was just like, wow, we're both going to come to this conclusion. We're actually both on the same page. This is it. We feel that it's like, we're in the right trajectory, which is amazing. So yeah, that's part of that. I'll leave that there for now and bench that. We'll come back to that at a later date. But I will be running courses in Perth. I'll be running Reiki 1 in Perth at some point, either the start of next year or the end of this year. I'm not going to do anything in December because that's just silly. Everyone's crazy for Christmas and things. If I am going to do it, September, what are we now? Nearly September. It'll be November, probably start to mid-November. I actually have clients that want to see me in Perth. So if you are listening to this and you are from Perth and you want to see me for a healing, or if you want to see me to talk about Reiki or to talk about what I can offer, please send me a message on Instagram, or you can send me an email at danielletropiano@gmail.com. If you didn't get that, it was danielletropiano@gmail.com. Send me a message. Otherwise, on Instagram, you can, if you don't already follow me, you really should. You really should if you've been listening here. It's _DanielleBaker_. And as soon as I finish this Reiki course, I'm sending it to my master to be seen, and then I'll hopefully be able to get back to you. But I'm creating it literally as we speak. Also, I am creating healings and like a light language workshop that I want to do. But if you are interested in having a healing from me, working with your own energy, let's get together, let's chat. I've had a client who rang me over the phone, over Zoom, and we sat and we chatted, and she just finished a feminine course, was a stepping into your power of the feminine or something course. And she wanted to look for something now energetically to tie with that. Works perfectly. So if you have done those courses and you think you don't need to do something like this, energy is completely different. I am a energy-based trained person from when I was younger to now. I work with so many energies and I love it. It's my favorite thing to do is work with women on their energy. It's what I'm here for, and what to do is energy. So it is completely different to working on a course with someone, to opening up yourself, to feeling your energy, to really, really expanding it. So if you're someone who's wanting to really, really expand your energy, this is for you. I am for you. And if you're like, but how is it different to everybody else? Well, all I can say is I basically work with people on their energy to expand. We just work with energy. We talk a bit as well, and we do a bit of healings, but to help you expand. But I get you used to your own energy, your own control of your body, your own self. Wouldn't that be amazing if you could just be able to tap into yourself, and within a moment you know and feel yourself, and you can expand yourself. It also helps with I should mention Reiki helps with anything trauma based as well, to be seen and to be felt and heard. Now, let me make this very clear. If you have been assaulted, sexually assaulted multiple times, you need to also see a therapist as well. Not a therapist, what is it? A psychiatrist or psychologist. I'm so sorry, guys. My mind just went fully blank, and I always get confused with the two, but you do need to seek help from somebody else as well as myself, and they work really, really well together, because I've done a few things, because I've heard a lot of women who have been sexually assaulted go and they talk about it and blah, blah, blah. But some women are like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to remove it from my body. So we work on removing it from your body. Most of the women I have been sexually assaulted, and we go through that. Any sort of obviously emotional abuse, physical abuse, you still need to go see somebody else. I'm not a qualified PhD in that. I am qualified in energy. I can help you on any energetic level that you need, but the rest of the stuff you do need to go and seek help as well, and they coincide so beautifully together. So if you've been through a psychiatrist, psychologist, the both of them actually work with what I do anyway. So if you have seen them and you're wanting to shift something out of your body and you're sick of talking about it, come and find me, and we can definitely work together, and we can definitely have a chat. This is my short-term goals. My long-term goals is I will be bringing Jason hopefully over from Adelaide, and hopefully we will be doing a bit of work together. And yeah, that would be a really incredible, a big 2-day event or something like that, I think, but I haven't really worked that out just yet. But yeah, so that's what's been happening. That's what's been on the charts and things, and it's been really amazing. I think I am going to leave it there for today. I think I'm at my max with my brain, and I've got to get a little bit of my own work going and ready and finished so that we can all start to connect and get in more. But I will say, one other thing that I will say is I've been doing this meditation for 3 weeks now, and I have been doing it 15 to 20 minutes twice a day. And if you're like, oh my God, how can you do it twice a day? It's honestly the most easiest thing, because once you start to connect into it, because you think about a certain word and then you go into it, it's just been the most incredible, expansive thing. And I've done a lot of meditations on my own, and I've done a lot of energy work on my own. This is something that I really, really love, because it's expanding me to my own self more and more, and I feel solid within myself. So I was going to say, if anybody is wanting to learn to meditate, Jason is incredible at teaching meditation. I also love teaching it. I am not a qualified teacher though. I am more than happy to run a couple of courses on meditation and why it's so beneficial. I will probably down the track get my qualification in this specific meditation, but I just don't have that capacity to go to India right now. But Jason and I have spoken about possibly doing a trip there and doing it later on. If anyone is interested, he runs a really epic meditation course on, what is it on? Because I'm actually joining it as well, and I'm going to be putting my light language on there as well. And it's a pretty cool, Jason's just done a course on the meditation that we're doing right now. It's pretty epic, and I really do highly recommend it. I'm only dragging this out because I'm just looking and finding it for you, so that you can be like, oh, hey, he's got meditation courses. So I'm just looking. He's actually got meditation courses that he is selling. It's a 3-day live course. It's actually pretty incredible. And he also, if you don't know Jason, he actually used to live with really bad crippling anxiety, and he actually started working on meditation before he became a Reiki master. So he is very, very, he's very, very switched on in that area, and I have had some really cool experiences with him because we're very similar on the wavelength of mind stuff. So yeah, if you are interested, have a look at his stuff. He's got some really cool meditation courses and stuff like that. For myself, I'm going to have quite a few different, courses coming up, a Reiki course, and then if anyone is interested in light language course, please let me know. It's very cool, super fun, and also can help with your children if they're not sleeping. I've actually tested this theory myself and have been working with Oakley on a few things. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that because otherwise I'm just going to keep rambling on. I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week, and I really do hope that if anyone has any questions, please email me, DM me, and we can chat, and I'll be able to help you with anything that you need. So massive love.